Welcome back to another Who Will Win Death Battle review. It's me, your host, DBZonic. And Death Battles Bakugo vs Reze came out yesterday. I'm sorry I'm late to this. A lot of people have probably already talked about this, so I'm a bit late to the party myself. But I thought, why not? I'll just talk about it just for, well, shits and giggles, as per usual, guys. So, my thoughts. First of all, animation is pretty good. The switch between sprite and 2D animation and the semi-3D animation of when Reze pulls that pin out of her neck and says boom, similar to these random 3D animations we saw in the Chainsaw Man anime slash movie. Pretty clever. I liked it overall. Now, I understand for animation purposes to make it seem like a good fight, having Reze tag Bakugo from time to time seemed clever and, like, oh, here we go. She could tag him if he's distracted or if he's, not concentrating or if he's in over his head, which, yeah, it's possible. I'm not gonna deny that. But at the same time, mid-fight, being able to tag him. Yeah, I don't know about that. But overall, really good. And the way he finished though with his big grandiose attack, his Hail Mary. Oh, mwah! That, I gotta admit, that was pretty fucking cherry on the top sweet. That was good, actually. I'm not even gonna hold you. That was pretty good. Now, everything they went off. First of all, I gotta point out a problem with the speed calc. Trying to say Reze is comparable to Denji, who's comparable to the Gun Devil. Yeah, a lot of people on YouTube have said that this is a huge reach. I'm all for backscaling sometimes if it actually works to a degree, but if there is a huge discrepancy, I just don't see how it could actually work properly. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, Bakugo could easily get to Lightspeed, if not possible Lightspeed Plus. Comparing him to Shigaraki and even Deku. Like I said in my two videos of Deku, in my own videos, such as Deku vs. Miles Morales Spider-Man, and Deku vs. Gone Freaks. If we compare Bakugo to that level of speed, then yeah, he should be blitzing the ever-living shit out of Reze. Not to mention, even if you want to say Reze gets to maybe island level with her explosions, even though she can't produce nuclear bomb levels because that's a completely separate type of demon or devil. Don't know how that works personally. But yeah, again, comparing Bakugo to Deku or Shigaraki can get him to country level, if not possible continental level. I don't know about multi-continental for Bakugo, but even if you want to say he's just a little bit lower than Deku, he's getting pretty close to that level of power in general. So overall, yeah. Well, yeah, Reze does have the regeneration slash stamina factor. That's assuming she can get blood. In a realistic, proper debate where there's no people around, the chances of her getting blood off Bakugo are incredibly slim. With how fast he is and how powerful his explosions can be and how very skilled and tactical he is, he's definitely going to be next to impossible to get some blood off. Yeah, maybe if you catch him off guard or having been overconfident in himself, yeah, maybe then Reze could get a bit of his blood and, be completely fine. But funny enough, in the animation, which Death Battle didn't seem to mention even in the finishing analysis, his blood, which would also contain his sweat, gross, basically acts as nitroglycerin, which he can control even when it's not attached to his body, which means he could blow her up. So if she gets a bit of his blood, she'll get a bit of his sweat, and he can just go kaboom, and she goes kaboom. So yeah, that would be a complete bummer. So even if you want to give her the stamina ability from, getting a bit of blood to heal herself up from Bakugo, it's practically gonna cause a death sentence. So it's like her one advantage becomes an instant disadvantage. Oh god. I'm not trying to judge Death Battle super harshly here, but I gotta bring this up. This fight is months old. I swear this fight was like a big thing during the middle of last year. They are months behind on this debate. Even if you want to say, oh, this only happened during October or something of last year, still, that's several months. They are so far behind. Again, I don't know what the reasons are. Maybe it's well, people still kind of talk about it, so let's talk about it just for the shits and giggles. Maybe a lot of people asked for it. And yeah, since Death Battle seems to be mostly based on votes now rather than what they want, per se, it's confusing to think about, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they're kind of far behind on this, and a lot of people already knew Bakugo was gonna win. Like, seriously, a lot of people agreed, yeah, Bakugo wins. Even though a lot of the Chainsaw Man fans are like, no, Reze wins, no this, no that. Like, they are just so butthurt at the fact that the boobalicious bomb girl could get beaten by the psychopathic grenade boy. Oh man, I just I don't know. So my thoughts overall, not bad, but yeah, they tried to make this seem closer than it really was. Like, it was not close. There were some debatable points, but yeah, no. Like, final season Bakugo is just trouncing her. Even if Chainsaw Man continues and goes further, I don't know if Reze is gonna come back. And even if she does, I don't know how much stronger they can make her just randomly. But whatever, I guess. So, the next death battle. How do I feel about it? Gru from Despicable Me versus Megamind from the movie Megamind and the mini movie The Bottom of Doom. I am not going to talk about the TV show or that secondary movie because that was just complete garbage. Like, so bad. Like, seriously, did DreamWorks even make that stuff? Or did they allow some third party company to make it because they just didn't have the time? Because, like, what was that? That was so horrible. Ugh. So, what are my honest thoughts about it? Now, I'm not gonna lie, the minions are carrying Gru hard. Gru by himself, yeah, he might be able to deal with Megamind physically, but with all of Megamind's inventions and gadgets that he makes himself, there's the thing, Gru barely makes any of the inventions he makes himself. Most of the time it's Dr. Nefario who makes the stuff for him. Megamind is the inventor and the evil genius and the, villain. He has robotic minions, he has, Minion himself. He has made machines comparable to Metro Man. He even managed to make basically a clone of Metro Man using the DNA of Metro Man with Titan. He made a machine that could harness the concentrated power of the sun, which could have destroyed the whole planet. Metro Man has ridiculous speed calcs, and even if you want to say Megamind is not on par with that speed calcs, the fact that he can make machines that could be a potential issue for Metro Man shows a lot of problems. And yeah, even if you want to say the minions have dealt with some crazy shit in like the Despicable Me movies, the Minions movies, or the Despicable Me short movies. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think Megamind and all of his gadgets and everything he has at his disposal from the 2 movies he got, I think he's got it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I seriously think Megamind's gonna win that fight. And my god, does it feel like just such a meme fight. Like, who's been asking for that? Like... It feels like such a meme fight. Like, this feels like such a Segata Sanshiro kind of fight. Versus Chuck Norris. This feels like such a meme fight. It doesn't feel like a proper one that these guys would normally talk about. Maybe they're being more laid back and doing funny random ones, but it's like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if I would call this a debunk in any way, shape, or form. It's more of just a casual, funny review. If you want to see some of my points as debunks, go ahead. It's fine. It's chill like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, predictions for the next death battle. What can I say? It's gonna be Megamind. The minions are gonna hard carry Gru like crazy, but Megamind's gonna win. Like, especially if he somehow gets his hands back on that gun that turned Hal Stewart into Titan. If he uses it on himself, then Gru is done for. He does not stand a chance against a Megamind with the powers of Metro Man. Like, at all. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, or wherever I do. Stay awesome, and as always, Dragon Fest. Hiya.